If you're feeling lonely, use these 6 secrets to not feel alone again. Everybody has needs for human connection and social interaction. Loneliness occurs when these needs go unmet. But loneliness may also occur even whilst experiencing human connection, because we are sometimes disconnected from ourselves. Despite an ever-increasing population and technology making us more connected than ever, ironically, more and more people feel lonely. For example, a Community Life survey conducted in the UK in 2020 and 2021 showed that up to 9% of the population, approximately 4 million people, experienced loneliness. The survey also showed that men experience loneliness at 24% more than women at 17%. In terms of age groups, persons aged 16 to 24 experience the highest levels of loneliness than any other age groups. What are some of the causes of loneliness? Well, there are many, and the causes may vary. Social isolation as a result of living alone is a common one, or not being in a relationship. Social anxiety, difficulty forming relationships, relationship breakups, single parenthood, bereavement, disability, bullying, anxiety and depression, working alone, unemployment, and more recently, the circumstances that surrounded COVID-19 restrictions are just a few we are naming here. At times, feelings of loneliness can develop into grief and loss. Before we delve into how you can address loneliness, what are some effects of loneliness? Loneliness can lead to cognitive decline, high blood pressure, resulting in anxiety and depression, low productivity, both at home and at the workplace, low self-esteem, obesity, Alzheimer's disease, heart disease, and a weakened immune system. Having said this, loneliness is a widespread phenomenon that touches all of us at some point during our lives, especially persistent loneliness occurring over long periods that could be nurtured if appropriately addressed. Welcome to Worlds for All. In this video, we will reveal 6 secrets that will help you not to feel so lonely again. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel to help us grow to support more people. Okay, let us begin. Secret 1. Become your own best friend. What progress, you ask, have I made? I have begun to be a friend to myself. Seneca. We are always looking for assurance from the outside, or rather from externals. But there is power in solitude. Becoming your own friend entails learning to like yourself and nurturing yourself. You're a unique human being with your own interests and your own abilities. As Max Ehrmann beautifully captures in Desiderata, you're a child of the universe. Becoming your own friend means nurturing the curious child in you, establishing your own boundaries, managing your anxieties, and more importantly, accepting the world as it unfolds. Working on your innate gifts and hobbies or interests can also be useful in learning more about yourself, your strengths and your weaknesses, and begin to generate a real sense of inner confidence and assurance within yourself that you're enough and that you do matter. So work on yourself. Arrange to see a therapist or professional and registered counsellor, or speak to someone you trust or respect. Don't be afraid to say, I need help, overcoming a deep sense of loneliness, because really, you are far more connected to the wider world than you think you are. Secret 2. Learn to like yourself. Do you like the person you see in the mirror? If you were to meet yourself in real life, would you like what you see? Self-acceptance is a significant step towards one loving themselves. With love comes confidence, respect, and humility. Self-acceptance entails cultivating empathy and compassion towards yourself, realizing that you're a human being and that no human being is perfect, and that we have both positive traits and negative traits blended within our psyche. A good place to start is reducing or managing the negative monologue in your head that makes you critical of yourself. One great trick is to reframe the internal monologue as if you're speaking to a friend. Another that really works with daily practice is positive self-talk, or also known as affirmations. It is also important to remember that your failures don't define who you are, but they're an opportunity for you to learn and grow from them. So welcome them. Reducing that self-critical eye and replacing it with a more loving and nurturing and kind eye towards yourself will lessen your feelings of loneliness. Secret 3. Experience regular quality time in your own company weekly. Isn't it paradoxical that one of the ways to address loneliness is the recommendation that you spend quality time alone? But isn't spending time alone causing the loneliness, one would ask? As we mentioned earlier, it is common today to still experience loneliness in the midst of loved ones and friends. There is a certain power in silence and being in your own company. It's not uncommon for many people to get terrified at the thought of being alone. However, solitude has immense benefits for an individual. In addition to providing an opportunity for introspection, solitude also provides a safe space for processing trauma and healing. Past abandonment issues and feelings of rejection or negative attachment issues need to be addressed. Introspection also boosts one's creativity and provides the vital time needed for one to recharge. Some telltale signs that you need some time alone are fatigue, having trouble concentrating, or feeling overwhelmed, particularly if you are a people pleaser and find yourself giving more and more to others, then developing a conscious effort to rebalance this by learning to say, "Sorry, I'm not going out tonight," or "Sorry, I think I'm going to take a rain check as I want to spend some time chilling on my own." For many, loneliness is just that, confusing alone time with loneliness. How you spend alone time varies. Some people prefer and love to go into nature, others walk, or others work on their hobbies or interests. Others sleep. Some spend some time at home that over time becomes their sanctuary. Others treat themselves regularly to things they enjoy and make their heart sing and doesn't require digging deep into their pockets or spending too much money, like a favourite meal, whilst others prefer to go to the movies or pick up a musical instrument or play sports. Remember, some of the very best things in life are free. There are also various ways you can choose to spend quality time in your own company. The most important thing is to remember to engage in something you like or that leans towards your interests. Self-care during these periods you spend time alone is an added bonus. And remember, even just resting the mind and body regularly whilst appearing to do nothing is still an active engagement in something. You are engaging with yourself and therefore not so reliant upon wanting others to fill that loneliness you experience because you are filling it yourself. Secret 4. Understand that loneliness need not be negative. We all feel lonely from time to time, even in the most loving and supportive of relationships. As we are growing older, there are constant changes within our environment and within ourselves. At one point, you're joining a new school, moving to a new city, or experiencing bereavement. It would therefore be foolhardy to say that one will never ever experience loneliness. However, one does not need to take this experience negatively. One can take the feeling or experience of loneliness to learn more about their needs and use it as an opportunity to learn about themselves further. We are all different, and what triggers one's sense of loneliness is different from another. For example, loneliness after a breakup can be used as a time of introspection to consider what led to the events leading to the breakup and how did you personally contribute to it. We need to learn so we don't experience it again in the future. From this point, we also can learn about ourselves and how to address similar problems that may arise in the future. The same method can be used to address any triggers that lead to loneliness. Secret 5. Journal why you feel lonely. Journaling your thoughts and feelings when experiencing feelings of loneliness can help you better understand the basis of your loneliness, and from this point, you can address these problems. The practice of journaling provides a bigger picture, especially when you can't point out what exactly is causing these feelings of loneliness. It also helps you organize your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. Moreover, if you're socially isolated, reach out to family and friends. If you have neither of these, then try to engage with a safe and trusted online community or local community. But also be discerning. Do your own research on the safety or quality of that person, group, or community. Take all the time you need. Write or draw or sketch your journey of experience of both learning about, understanding and managing your loneliness. You can either choose to go and visit someone who is close to you and share with them, or make a call and share what you've put in your journal, but it's your choice to share. Don't let anyone force you unless you want to share. Going outside and taking a walk or visiting a park and journaling there is also an option, and a potentially pleasant one too. However, if the feelings of loneliness persist and you experience loneliness all the time, you should reach out for professional help. Therapy or counselling can help you unearth the possible factors contributing to these feelings of loneliness further that you have already and wisely started to unearth simply through journaling. Secret 6. Learn to embrace loneliness. For some, this may be the hardest secret to learn. Feelings of loneliness are generally viewed as a negative state, and the majority of us want to escape these feelings. There are many instances that loneliness has led to self-destructive habits that unfortunately reinforce the feeling further, and reinforcing the habits and thus creating a merry-go-round or a feeling of going round in circles. Eventually, there's a negative feedback loop, and we all know or have seen where this path leads to. At one point or another, we will surely experience ever-increasing loneliness, since the only thing that is constant in this life is change. It may seem that as social beings, our psyches are not really primed to be socially isolated. However, learning to embrace this feeling can help you discover more about your unique needs, since we are all different. Furthermore, the feeling of loneliness in most instances is fleeting. It isn't permanent. Embracing and nurturing this feeling can also help you adapt more easily to your current settings, new settings, and discover what's on the other side. We can learn to reframe the experience and reconsider what loneliness really means to us, specifically as a unique individual. So, learning to say, hey, I'm okay with being alone when I need to be, is a goal for all of us, rather than fearing it. Loneliness can feel like a form of depression, or even for many a form of anxiety. It can make us feel fearful, restless, anxious and dejected. Overall, it harms our esteem and perception of the world. But we ought to remember, it's neither permanent and is a state of being, not to be feared, but welcomed. When feeling lonely, one can feel like it's the end of the world, but this isn't true. We need not to continue digging this hole of despair. Apply these secrets we have shared to reframe your experience of aloneness, and use the feelings of loneliness to your own advantage to be a more wholesome being. And once you're not lonely anymore, remember to give your support to others who are also in the depths of their loneliness. Thank you for watching this video. Please remember to like, share and subscribe to Worlds for All.